For the vast majority of human history, infection was not a medical challenge. It was an act of fate. Long before the first antibiotic was synthesized, smallpox did not just scar faces. It erased entire civilizations from the map. Measles swept through growing cities like a wildfire, claiming children in rhythmic, seasonal waves. Before the first intensive care unit was built, diphtheria was the strangling angel, suffocating its victims behind a gray membrane of dead tissue. Tetanus locked healthy bodies into a state of fatal, permanent rigidity, while whooping cough shattered the very ribs of infants gasping for air. Then there was the white plague tuberculosis, slowly consuming the lungs from within. And polio, a predator that paralyzed the young and the strong without warning. And before immunity even had a name, humanity lived under a relentless biological siege. These were not rare catastrophes. They were the ordinary, expected experiences of childhood. By the 19th century, infectious disease accounted for more than half of all human deaths. Life was not shortened by war or famine. It was shortened by microbes. Yet even in this era of biological darkness, healers observed something unsettling and profound. Those who walked through the fire of certain infections and emerged alive almost never suffered them again. It was as if the body had learned a secret it would never forget. Over 1,000 years ago in China, this observation led to the birth of variolation. Healers deliberately exposed the healthy to powdered smallpox scabs. It was a brutal, high-stakes gamble. Many died from the procedure itself. But for those who survived, the reward was a lifetime of protection. They had no microscopes. They had no knowledge of the viral world. They had only the power of observation. In 1796, an English physician named Edward Jenner made the leap that would alter the trajectory of our species. He noticed that milkmaids who contracted cowpox, a mild, localized animal disease, never fell victim to the lethal smallpox. Jenner gambled on a revolutionary theory that a lesser enemy could prepare the body for a greater one. He inoculated a child with cowpox and then exposed him to smallpox. The child lived. The age of vaccination had begun. For the next century, vaccination was a work of empirical genius, but it was still a black box. Then, in the mid-20th century, the molecular revolution began. We could finally see the enemy, and we could see our own defenders, a vast, intricate army of the immune system. We learned that immunity was not magic. It was memory, written in the language of molecules. This new knowledge opened the floodgates. The result was a golden age of vaccinology. Today, we stand on the cusp of a new frontier. mRNA vaccines, developed at breathtaking speed, have turned our own cells into on-demand vaccine factories. We are learning to write the language of immunity, not just read it. Personalized cancer vaccines, once a dream, are now in clinical trials. Vaccines for autoimmune diseases and allergies are on the horizon. The story of immunity is the story of humanity itself. Welcome to the new era of vaccine production, a world of cutting-edge science and rapid innovation. Today, we're not just fighting diseases. We're outsmarting them with incredible technology. Let's look at the different blueprints for building a vaccine. Some, like inactivated vaccines, use a killed version of the germ. Others, called protein subunit vaccines, use just a tiny piece of it, like a single protein, to trigger immunity. And then there's the revolutionary mRNA platform, which gives our cells the instructions to build that piece themselves. Think about the yearly flu shot. Scientists predict which influenza strains will be most common and create a new vaccine each season to keep us protected. Or consider the hepatitis B vaccine. This was a monumental victory, one of the first vaccines to prevent a chronic disease and even a type of cancer. And of course, the COVID-19 vaccines. The speed at which mRNA technology delivered a safe and effective vaccine was nothing short of a scientific marvel, changing the game forever. So how do they actually work inside our bodies? When a vaccine is introduced, it's like showing our immune system a most wanted poster of the virus or bacteria. This poster is the antigen. Our immune system's detectives, the B cells and T cells, get to work. B cells create antibodies, which are like tiny handcuffs designed specifically for that intruder. T cells, on the other hand, either help the B cells or destroy infected cells directly. Most importantly, they create memory cells. This is the crucial step. These memory cells are long-lasting soldiers that remember the enemy. So if the real pathogen ever tries to invade, our immune system is already armed and ready. It can launch a fast and powerful counterattack, often stopping the infection before we even feel sick. As we look to the future, with AI-driven design and new delivery systems, the potential to conquer more diseases is greater than ever before. The next chapter in this story is just beginning. Thanks for watching.